Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the charts. All right, guys, so let's talk about some charts. We did have some CPI coming in pretty hot there. All right, we had every single metric coming in hot. That is not the best thing. All right, 3 out of 3 came in hot. So I am just going to start the video off by saying that is the reason we had our sick nasty gap down this morning. But I am going to point out in this video on where I am watching on this decline. All right, and not much has changed since yesterday's video. All right, so if you watch yesterday's video, you probably know what I'm about to say. All right, on SPY, guys, you're paying attention to this 508 to 510 demand zone down here. If you can test down here, I do think it's very likely that we get buyers stepping down there. Now, if you were to breach 508.12, then we will be watching for 504.91. That's the low of this candlestick right here. QQQ on the downside. What are we paying attention to? We're paying attention to our demand zone down here at 432.75 to 433.75. If you can get down there, that is where I think buyers will be likely to step in. Does that mean they step in down there? No. What happens if you cannot hold there? All right. If you cannot hold 432.74, the low of this candlestick right here, then guys, you have this massive price gap here, and things could get a little spilly. All right, we could go cliff diving. So that could be that, which is why I think it's very likely if you come down here, you're probably going to hold it. You're probably just going to continue in this choppy range. All right, you come over here to SPY, guys. All right, this is your downside. All right, this is what your boy is paying attention to. You got 1.3%. Is it a massive crash? No. This is a downside on QQ. Oh, 1.2%. Is that a massive crash? No. Now let's talk about some things. IWM broke down from this rising wedge. What happened over here, though? Well, when you were all the way down here, your boy happened to have... we post over here. All right. Where's my IWM? Right here, all right? Looking for buyers, step in. The golden pocket broke down from the rising wedge off this morning's hot CPI print. I do think we head lower from here, but not much lower. All right? That's really my theme. All right? That's my theme for SPY, QQQ, IWM. I'm not going to speak on DIA. We will be speaking on DIA, but I'm not going to say if I think it's going lower or not from here. IWM, guys, downside. Golden pocket. You're not looking for massive downside. You are looking for you to come into the golden pocket, and then you're probably going to find buyers like every other time. Like, let's just look at it this way. IWM is probably the best with the golden pocket. All right, you could have continuously just kept buying it. Let's screw this big golden pocket. Let's talk about all the little guys. All right, little guys. What happened? You went from, all right, so you have one going right there. All right, what happened next? You have going from here to here. You came down. You find buyers right there at the golden pocket. So now let's retrace the next one. All right, come from here to here. What happened? You found buyers at the golden pocket. That's the third one. All right, do you guys want to see this pattern play out one more time? Let me hear you say it louder. There you go. You want to see it one more time right here. All right, there's your fourth golden pocket test. You guys want to see something else? I'm dying. It really is. All right. This is comical. 5 times. 5 times. You could have just this could have been the only setup you play. You could have just played it long on IWM. 5 out of 5 times. You would have gotten, some gains there. All right. It cracks me up how, simple the golden pocket is. I hate talking how simple the golden pocket is, but like that's why I just started hysterical laughing, guys, because it's so simple that it's so funny to me. It is just so funny. All right. So, guys, downside is limited over here on IWM. That's what I'm going to be saying. You're limited into this golden pocket, which means, guys, if we get a decline in everything else, I'm not looking for stuff to go much further down. I've told you, I spoke my mind on Mr. VIX over here. I don't think you're going to get a massive spike over here. If you get a massive spike and you see this RSI get back up to here, I'm going to say the same exact thing I said over here. Now, you guys want to see Thursday, the 4th, April 4th? Do you guys want to see where that was? All right. What happened? It was right at the bottom. Right at the bottom. VIX's RSI ended up going up to 65. Well, now it's piping back up to 65. I just mixed two words there, hiking and piping. There you go. All right. Yeah, that's really it, guys. All right. Downside is limited from this point on. You're looking to buy those dips, but you know, you got to wait and see like the real big dip you want to see. It's just not there yet. Okay? It's not there yet. It could come. It could. All right. I'm kind of expecting this rip right here to be sold, but I do think you're going to get a little higher here, which is why I do have that alert. See how that alert is right where price keeps rejecting? Well, that is because guess what? You got to be watching the right things, all right? And you're watching this lower wick right here. All right. If you come up here, I do expect sellers to be in this zone. Let's get rid of this level right there. It is no longer relevant. You come over here to the 4-hour time frame. All right, guys. You very can clearly see this is where a lot of action is going on here. If you come up here, expect sellers to be in there. Come over here, hourly time frame. You guys want to see what else would be in that zone? Golden pocket. It'd be right there at the top of that. So that's that. All right, you come down here, SPY. What happened? All right. Where's the golden pocket? Golden pocket is also right at that heavily traded zone. All right, so this is where your reactions are happening. You clear as day can see that. You see all these bouncy. You come back under here. Oh, rejection. Oh, pop back up. You see a wick there. Boom. You sell right through it. All right. Big fat nasty gap down straight to support, guys. This is why we, you know, reiterate playing things level by level, or at least like watching, charting, playing things level by level, guys. All right. Yeah, like people be calling for some crazy stuff, but in reality, you have to break a lot of levels to see some of these crazy calls play out. And like, I just don't get why people even think like that. All right. Bullish until proven otherwise. That is still going to be my theme. And that is that. Now let's talk about some setups. All right. I think things look sexy right now. All right. I think things look sexy. All right, they're not the sexiest they could look, but I'm gonna be completely honest on some of these bank stocks. I'm tight. I missed these guys. I'm trading ES and I missed these. And guys, you know, let's talk about that. I'm pissed about that. I'm pissed about it. I would have been funded this morning. I literally got a second account right before CPI, like 4 minutes before. I opened another one just so I could do this. All right, my plan was let's go 4 cons long on ES on one, 4 cons short on the other. It's getting funded. All right. I knew if we caught a 0.5% move, that would be enough to bring you right around to that $5,000 profit level. You need the 6,000. That's the profit target. All right. I'm 100% getting funded. I see no reason, you know, why I should not be able to get funded. But you do, once you do get funded, you do have the, I think you have a trailing limit still. So, you know, that still means you can't just do what I do and like what I'm describing here and then get funded, because then your fund's just going to get taken away from you. All right. But the whole goal was like, let me just put up $100 and one of these is going to die. One's going to rocket. Well, no, what happened? I took 2,000 profits on both. I sold the long right on that spike. I sold the short within like 2 seconds because I saw it tank and I was like, holy shit. And then, no, it would have worked. You would have gotten to see, I'm tight. I'm so tight. All right. First of all, I gave back some of that. Look at this. What the heck is this thing? I sold the short one somewhere around here. I'm hella tight about that. All right. But definitely a thing that you guys, I believe, you know, it sounds sound to me. All right. So, you know, get funded. I think you will be receiving those payouts from Apex Trader Funding. All right. I will put my, my discount code down below. All right. But, yeah, honestly, guys, things ain't looking too bad right now. You got bank stocks looking like that. This is another one because of what I was just talking about. I was so focused on trying to trade ES this morning that I missed my perfect entry. This was on the focus list. This is, you know, kind of top watches. This is something I was waiting on. This thing looks immaculate. It looked immaculate. All right. You come over here. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Beautiful right here. All right, let's just read this. This is one of the few different, this one has a few different entry points. I do like it long, but if it can't hold 71, then it's coming down to the golden pocket around 68.60. Take profit levels consist of 70. The ideal play here is just to wait for the short-term momentum from the breakout up to the take profit levels. Then you can also take a position here in consolidation and risk the bottom of that breakout zone in hopes that it breaks up, which is likely. The other play here, this is what I'm talking about. The other play here is to wait for either a trend line test, which would be around 70, or a golden pocket test around 60, 68, 60. Oh man, straight to our trend line. This is like exactly the I was watching this in GS. I was literally, I'm tight. I like 100% was ready to take GS. I posted in trade ideas. I'm like watching this bad boy this morning, and what happens? All right, what happens? Complete distraction, Henry. All right, perks of having ADHD, which I'm gonna be on. Maybe ADHD isn't even a thing, and maybe we just say ADHD are the people who like can't focus, you know. I don't know. There's got to, I don't know. I feel like if one was to just go monk mode and just solely focus on being able to focus, I feel like that whole ADHD thing would kind of go away. But I'm also someone who has had it their whole life, so I understand. Like, I don't think it's as simple as that. I think it's probably a psychological thing going on in your brain. All right, so there's that. All right, back to the show. All right, back to the show. Tickers to be paying attention to. I like banks. All right, I like banks. Let's talk about it. GS. We're talking about Schwab. All right, we're talking about BAC. I like how things are looking right now. Okay, I do like how things are looking right now. Let's take a look at JPM. You got a flag on all of these. So honestly, guys, I don't think things are looking too bad. If banks go, Mr. IWM over here is going to have no problem rebounding. All right, and QQQ's at 439. Let's go, baby. Let's go. What is our boy Meta doing? What's our boy Nvidia doing? These are things I'm also salty on that I just kind of missed. All right, I kind of did not dip by anything this morning, and I'm kind of salty at that one because you guys can see. All right, but yeah, let's go over the honestly hottest setup I can really point to right now. All right, other than those bank stocks that I just pointed out. Guys, Nvidia looks like it's going to explode. I tried telling you guys, all right? I don't think there's a reason to really just be trying to short this thing. I think you should just look for buying opportunities. Why? Because I know it hasn't been doing it. I know it hasn't been doing the thing. But eventually it's going to stop doing this crap, and it's going to do the thing that we've been seeing for months and months, and it's just going to start heading back up to the highs. I'm not saying that's going to be right now. What I am saying is you have a falling wedge pattern right here. All right, you kind of did not come down to our 823.94 level of interest that I was personally watching. All right, but guess what? I mean, if you're taking it from this move to this move, you were in the golden pocket. We're going to say screw the golden pocket. Guys, you have a sexy falling wedge setup right here, and it does look like you want to rip some faces. All right, 4-hour RSI being oversold gives you your buying opportunities. I understand how stupid that may sound, but guys, do not argue with the facts. Do not argue just because you think someone on YouTube is just stupid and like, hey, you haven't been around the block long enough. No, you're using something that's so simple. You can't use your indicators. Guess what? All right. First things first, we rely on price action here on this channel, but I definitely will tell you guys when the 4-hour RSI is oversold, I typically do see that correlated with a big old bounce. Guess where IWM's was right this morning? It was right down here at Mr. 30. All right. And we saw this. Guess what? Now you're seeing this thing looks like it is about to rip some freaking faces. All right. Next thing we're going to be talking about is Mr. Meta. All right. Meta hit it with the break and retest off the level. What was I looking for my entry? I wanted down here. All right. I did not end up getting down here, but you know, that's fine. I do think Meta is about to rip faces, though. I think you're probably going to come back and push the highs. I think you're going to 440. Not 440, 540. All right. Obviously, 530 before 540 because 530 is up at the high. All right. That is that. AMD. All right. I'm just saying. The thing's still just going to be sitting down here. We talked about it over here. We're going to talk about it right now because you look like you're coming down here. All right, guys. This is going to be the spot where you're probably going to be finding buyers over here on AMD. I know. It's been a dead dog for quite some time, all right? I wouldn't really put too much focus into it, but, you know, it's still something that I'm watching, so it's there, which it probably just shouldn't be, you know? Psychological damage, all right? Break and retest over here on Mr. Goog off of the high. Not looking too bad. Unfortunately, you know, you hit it with the freaking gap up Monday, and you did not give me my entry. All right, so there was that, but, well, I guess we could take this off now. I guess it does not matter. It does not. PLTR, one I think I failed to mention yesterday, but we do have you have the break and retest off of this neckline of the head and shoulders formation, but that's not what I want to direct your attention to. I want you to direct your attention to this falling wedge pattern right as you had your break and retest right here off of the 2185 level. This thing ain't looking too shabby to me. All right, guys, that is pretty much it. I'll mention right here, shop. You're finding buyers off of the support right here. And again, I'm going to point out this 4-hour RSI just being oversold, guys. You typically see that correlated with, buying. All right. So even if you go a little lower, probably going to get a bounce, come up here, 74, then come lower. Then you buy right here. You're probably going to have a good time. All right. Tesla, what do we got going on, guys? We got the break and retest. I'm not going to say you had crazy volume yesterday or anything like that, but, you were doing some things over here on Mr. Tessie. I think it's getting ready. You had that quadruple bullish divergence here on the daily RSI, and honestly, guys, it looks ready to go. So that's what I'll say. It's ready to go. Operation Tessie inbound. All right. With that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. Everybody have a lovely rest of your day. Have a crazy hot CPI day. And peace. And I appreciate you guys. I very much so do. You guys make me smile. So I hope sometimes I can return the favor and I can make you smile sometimes. Because you make me smile. All right. Catch y'all. Peace.